Well, friends, today we discovered together the Ranieri International Cayman 19.0 Sport, a rib with an overall length of 5.95 meters and a width of 2.55 meters with inflated tubes, therefore perfectly trailerable. We will now take a walk on board to discover the setup. But as always, remember to leave a like on this video and comment with your opinion. Let's check it out together. At the stern, there are two platforms added to the hull separated from the engine. An engine which in this case features a Suzuki DF40A ARI-RR with a power of 40 horsepower, which also represents the minimum installable power, while the maximum reaches up to 140 horsepower. We see inside the left platform there is the boarding ladder. Boarding ladder embedded inside the fiberglass. In this way, there are no differences in level, and access on board without obstacles is very simple. At the center of the stern, there is the engine cockpit. Engine cockpit which therefore allows complete tilt without difficulty, and we are also able to exploit both platforms. Because as you can see, the distance is reduced at minimum. In this way, we can exploit both areas independently from each other. Here there is the predisposition for the insertion of the anchor light. And here, the fiberglass coamings on which the bimini is installed. An optional bimini in this case with steel arches, but on request it is possible to install also a roll bar. While on the sides there are two handles that hold you well, very comfortable, with also the mooring cleat which gives a lot of safety. In this way you are always well protected inside the stern square. Stern square with access preferential on the left side because there is this corridor created from the stern sofa. Here we see both the shower for rinsing in the rear area, while here in front of us there is the boarding cap for the fuel tank. So let's get on board. I was telling you about the stern sofa, which is linear with a backrest, which can be adjusted to 3 inclinations. We have the first at 90 degrees as in this case, or we can choose to fold it to 45, or extend it completely towards to further expand the stern area. A sunbathing area which can be further extended thanks to the addition of an extension, because, look here, there are supports on which it is possible to install an additional platform with cushion. And therefore have a single large stern sunbathing area, and look here, really not bad for its category. By lifting the sofa instead, there is the technical compartment with batteries, systems and bilge pump. Look here, and there is also space to house other objects. In this way we can leave the walking surface free from obstacles, and look here, also the presence of side cushions on the fiberglass coamings. In this way we have greater comfort. While in the rear portion of the seating block there is the provision for installing a folding snack table and therefore creating a small dinette stern. The console seat block is central. In this way we can take advantage of the 2 side passages to move on board. Look, we are always in full protection because there is the fiberglass coaming which gives me protection up to my knee and then goes into continuity with the tubular. Tubular are in Orca neoprene, therefore maximum quality with the walking surface always well recessed. So, as I was telling you, even less experienced people can get on board and remain in complete safety, because the tubulars, they rest in the water in the terminal portion, and therefore we are always constantly protected. The control station features a 2-seater sofa with a backrest that can be folded down towards the bow to reduce overall dimensions. And above all, we can raise the lower portion of the seat to create support and make it a lumbar rest, very convenient for those who wish to drive while standing. At the bottom there is a watertight locker to increase the storage space. And we also have the inspection hatches for the fuel tank positioned below the walking surface. And we also have a further watertight hatch positioned below the console which allows only to store the objects, but also to inspect the inside of the console itself and then carry out all ordinary and extraordinary storage operations. Upon request, we can choose to install a refrigerator without a locker. I therefore put myself in command. I see that I have the helm easily reachable in front of me. Look here, how much space there is with my knees, so we are comfortably seated while driving. There is a windscreen which provides protection up to shoulder height, therefore well protected from the front wind. While the dashboard has everything needed for navigation, because we have a Suzuki multifunction display supplied with the engine, the indicator analog fuel. The HMR10 stereo comes with double-side speakers, and here we have the on-off switches with also a USB socket and aux input for the stereo. The power lever is recessed here on the starboard side, while at the bottom there is a storage net. And we also have these grab handles obtained from the steel profile of the windshield, which give us a lot of safety, because we can literally hold ourselves not only during the navigation in rough seas, but we can also use them to move to the bow. Here I also show you the HMX speaker supplied by Hertz, and through the double-side corridor we can access the front area. The front area is completely covered with cushions. As you can see, there is a lot of space for relaxation on board. And even in this case, we remain in complete safety because the tubular is very raised compared to the cushions. So we can easily relax and can also use it as a headrest or backrest with, here too, the 3 handles for the tubular on each side. Plus, we can choose to remove the rear extension of the sun deck. In this way, we increase the walking surface on board, and we are able to literally circumnavigate around the driving console. And we also have this single-seater armchair held in front of the quarterdeck. Plus, the sun deck is stowed inside. There is a first very large hatch which gives access to a very large locker where all the safety equipment can be stored. A locker which is also counter-molded, therefore clean to the eye. While underneath the safety cushion at the bow, there is the compartment dedicated to the rope and the anchor. Because, as you can see, there is the fiberglass roller with double lateral support which facilitates ascent and descent. A support which can optionally also be covered in Evafoam like the entire deck surface to have a greater non-slip surface and therefore facilitate getting on and off when mooring at the bow. The front setup is completed by the double cleat for mooring on one side and the other. And so, dear friends, this is the Ranieri International Cayman 19.0 Sport. As always, if you liked the video, I invite you to subscribe to the channel YouTube and Facebook page. Leave a like and tag the people you think might be interested. And as always, for all the next videos, we'll always see you here on the C Team.